Hey, Stand Up World, episode 26. How you doing? Hope all is well. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm getting ready to go open for my buddy Adam Sandler, which I'm excited about. I love the Sandman. We've been friends so long, and I'm just loving being a stand-up comic again. Had a kind of a comical experience last night. I called the Comedy Store, my home club since I was actually 17 years old. I called Peter Shore, who's my little buddy, almost a little brother, and I asked him, last minute, I just want to jump up and do my set a little short amount of time. Just want to make sure it's the right time. And Emily, the booker, was gracious enough to just throw me up there in the main room. And, the kid that went on before me, they don't have MCs anymore at the store, just to, and this guy that went up before me, who's a talented guy, this kid, Rick Ingram. But I guess, he's been opening for Chris Rock for the last year. And he just gave me the weirdest intro I've ever gotten. It was just so snotty and shitty, and the guy before you introduces you, and he just said, the next comedian, directed the Comedy Store documentary, which nobody saw. And he's another one of these old guys who's just wasting space and taking up stage time. Please welcome Mike Binder, and he just brought me on stage to it. The audience was like, what the fuck does that mean? And yeah, my ego was dinged big time, but I also thought, what a stupid thing. It's just so different than not only from my old days when I was there, the camaraderie we had, but from what I see at other places and what I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I mean, this guy's, I don't know, maybe his ego's just been out of shape because he's been just on this amazing tour with Chris and with Chappelle. But it was just odd. It was really just odd. And in a way, when I thought about it this morning, I thought it was kind of cool because to me, it was so different than what I see everywhere with comedians. We just don't treat each other like that. Anyway, we might fuck around backstage and there might be some backstabbing guys that don't like each other. But on stage, we're just always boosting each other. And for the most part, off stage, we are, there's a community, there's a brotherhood. And I was really surprised because I do like this guy. And I do think he's a really talented guy in his realm, of crowd work. He's unique. And on the subject of crowd work, I do think there's a lot of guys now that are really good at it. A lot of people are really, really good at crowd work. I used to do a lot of crowd work when I was a kid. I like doing an act. I think an audience deserves you to do your act and do an act, I don't like crowd work clips. Some people do. I think there's a lot of you had to be there kind of element to it. It really doesn't make you laugh watching a clip. But, I do think there's something to be said, even subliminally, you're watching a guy who put a lot of time into what he's doing. You're watching a person, and I think audiences, yes, they like the spontaneity of crowd work and being dealt with, but they also like knowing that you're seeing something that's really prepared and really worked out. That's my feeling about it. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun being back. We had so much fun at the Ice House, sold it out. It was great. It was a great show. I got to say, my buddy Vinny Fastline just killed, and Dave Murphy and Griffin James went up and did a little thing, and my friend Jodie Sweetin from Full House jumped up. It was really her first time doing straight stand-up comedy ever, and she did really well. She really did. But it was fun. Love the Ice House.
I get in so much trouble in my neighborhood. I really do. I was I was walking through the neighborhood, and there was this homeless guy, this crazy hair homeless guy, and he's pissing on some guy's lawn. Just pissing. And he's not hiding anything. And he had a big dick too, which pissed me off. Right? And the homeless situation's just out of control. The homeless situation's just out of control, right? It's just out of control. And I lost it. I just called across and said, hey, I get that you're homeless. I have empathy for you. I really do. And I get you got a big dick, okay? But hide it in the bushes. There's kids around. And as I'm going off on this guy, I realize I don't have my glasses on, right? And I realize this is a guy on his own front lawn with a hose in his hand. Obviously, he's watering his grass, thinking, man, the homeless situation's just out of control. All right.
And April 21st, I'm at 3 clubs. 3 clubs, a great club. It was the bar in Swingers, the movie, if you remember the movie Swingers. I'm out there. And right there at Vine in Santa Monica. But I want to talk to, we have 2 pieces up on standupworld.com right now that are really interesting. One of them is with incredible talented woman, Leanne Morgan, who has she's just having a moment. It's really an interesting moment. She's up on standupworld.com. I wrote about her, and she has just, after a long run, I think this took her 20 some years, but she's on top. She's on top of the comedy world. Just sold out the Grand Ole Opry and Ryman Auditorium, same week. And plus she's selling out all over the country, just giant theaters all over everywhere. And she's got her own Netflix special up right now. I'm Every Woman. And you should really see it because it's really good. But she's really interesting, you know. She's kind of got a Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, you know, Lily Tomlin vibe to her, you know, that I really like. And she's America's housewife kind of thing, to make it simple, but not really, you know. She's just Leanne. She's just, here's a little trailer for her special.
If I had to get out here and get a man at 57, after I've eaten all this Jell-O, it would take $1,000 just to groom what all I've got going on. But my husband and I met, and I was so cute, and I was little. I had on little breeches, and my thyroid was functioning. He was so enthralled with me and so in love with me and pursued me and bought me presents. And now I truly believe he would not pull me out of a burning vehicle. And the first thing I thought was, I'm in an Uber with a man who would cover up a murder. Second thing I thought was, I'd help my baby cover up a murder. We were at McDonald's. And my other two were playing in the balls in the tube. Mine loved the balls. Mine would be playing in the balls, having a big time, and then a dirty diaper go floating across. They'd find a chicken nugget that wasn't theirs and go, where do people go on dates in their 50s and 60s? Lord, I have not dated since the 80s. Do y'all remember Dexatrim? Yeah, it was speed. We took speed as a family.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mom, Leanne Morgan!
Yeah, she's great. She's really great. I love her stuff. Here's an older short of hers.
We have two beagles that we're in love with. There's the old one, Augie, who's now a little old man, white in the face. And my husband gets him in the bed, pulls him up to him, and spoons him in the bed. And that old beagle looks at me like, I want you. And I go, hold on. And my husband will fall asleep, and then that beagle scooches over and gets in the crook of my legs. And then the tiny beagle, her name is Gigi, she's a pocket beagle. She gets in the bed, turns around 2 or 3 times, and then backs her butthole up against my face. And I don't care.
No, I've never met her. Just said hello to her, each other. We've said hello on Instagram. Been friendly. But I know I would like her if I met her, because you can see, she took the hard way up the hill and she's reaping the rewards. And I like the bond she has with her family. And yeah, check out this special. It's really good. I really liked it a lot. Leanne Morgan on Netflix now. Check it out on standupworld.com. Also, I just want to say there's another great special out right now that's killing it on YouTube. Dropped, and like within a day, it had 1 million views, which is unheard of. It's Big J Oakerson Dog Belly. And it's a great special. Big J, no matter what I said about crowd work, someone who really does it fantastic. Not that Rick doesn't, because Rick is really an ace. No matter how much I got pissed at him last night, I really do like this guy. But Big J is great at crowd work in a different way. He works his act into it. But this special is so good. And Big J is so unique. He's just Big J and Louis J. Gomez and their buddy Dave. They started a whole new world. And Dan Soder, they made their own corner of the world of stand-up. It's the Skanks, the Legion of Skanks, the Skank Fest, the Bonfire. They just built their own world. And I don't know, it's the heavy metal of comedy. They're their own continent, and they're so talented, these guys, and the comedy is so out there, and they've brought so much to comedy. What Rogan and Red Band and Tony and Segura and all those guys have done to Austin. There's a whole nother world, the way I see it, which is Big J's world. And Big J's special is just so good. Here's a piece of that.
I didn't get it, so I took it on the road, told it a bunch of places, and then one night, Liberty Township, Ohio, this young white girl follows me outside after the show. Tight ponytail, swinging, pretty girl, bitch face. She comes up next to me while I'm talking to people, and she goes, "Hey, asshole." And I knew she meant me, which sucked. There was a lot of assholes there, but I could tell that was And if you guys know, this is Skankfest. You guys know me. If you know me well enough from hearing me, you know, that girl goes, "Hey, asshole." I still turn around and go, "Hey, thanks for coming to the show." I'm like, the fucking jerk off I sound like, "Hey, wacky show, right?" I'm trying to be nice, and she goes, "Ew, no, you're disgusting." And she's trying to like humiliate me in front of these people, and I'm like, "What's your problem, miss? Why are we fighting?" And she told me, with her arms folded, she asked me the stupidest question I've ever been asked in my life. She showed me with this question what the problem was with this joke that I was getting into. And she meant this. No levity in her heart at all. Folded arms, waiting for an answer. She goes, "You really think you could take on 101 female police officers?" Yeah. That was the whole problem. This dummy thought it was real. It's the dumbest question I've ever been asked in my life. The dumbest. And I'll tell you that when my daughter was 4 years old, she asked me if we're supposed to eat our own poop. Not even can we or should we, are we supposed to? With a tone of like she already tried it, didn't seem right. And she wanted to run up the flagpole one more time with her old man, see what all the buzz was. "Hey, Pop, we're not, yeah, right, I didn't think so. Okay, all right. All right, double checking." That's the second dumbest question now, because she was a child. There's an adult woman walked up to me and said, "You think you can take on 101 female police officers?" I went, "No." And then we just kind of stared at each other for like 40 minutes. Like, it was weird. I'm like, "No," like that, she didn't have anything beyond that. She's like, "Oh, that's what she needed, to not go home and write a letter." I go, "You're gonna hate comedy if that's the problem. Listen, comedy, some of it's real, some of it's bullshit, some of it's a hybrid of both. We have to rely on you, the audience, to be, dare I say, not retarded." You think you take on 100 female police officers? You're gonna leave every show pissed off. "Why are we all laughing? That guy said he came so hard it blew a hole in that girl's head. It's a murder! We're all complicit! We know too much!" Boyfriend's always gonna be like, "I'll explain later, man. I don't even do the thing." "No, you're a killer!"
Yeah, Big J, you got to watch this special. I mean, if you love comedy, you're gonna anyway someday, because I think this is another one of those instant classics. It's, it should be on Netflix or HBO. In another world, it would have been it would have been, but it's okay, because this is, this and Andrew Schultz's stuff and Mark Norman and Shane Gillis. This is the future today. This is right now, and this is so good. I just love what these guys are doing. Erica Rhodes and Catherine Blanford. There's just so many great comics out there right now. It's really an exciting time, let alone me. Oh, sorry. I need to calm myself down. Okay. But that's it. It's a short one today, but a good one, because you get to go watch Big J's special, and you get to watch Leanne Morgan, I'm Every Woman, on Netflix. And hell, you can go to the Comedy Store and watch Rick Ingraham, who's damn fucking funny. He just pissed me off last night, but he's a good man. That's it. That's episode 26. Stand Up World. Catch us on Apple, on Spotify. Watch us on Stand Up World. On my neighbor's garage late at night. Side of his garage. I project it at 4. What else can I tell you? I'm out of my mind. I need help constantly. And that's it. Going out of town, going on the road for a little bit. Gonna be in Boston for somebody's announcement. Somebody's running for president. And that's it. I love you guys. Episode 26. Goodbye.